Good morning. Welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. This is day 6 of Spiral, and I have George with me again. And yeah, we're going to start on our backs and work into the spirals of the spine, and then work from there. We're not going to do any head down stuff. One of you has a sinus infection, so we're not going to do any downward dogs or anything like that. And then somebody else has a sore wrist, so today will really work for you, okay? So great, so sinus and wrists won't be used today. So great, so come lie on your back and let's begin. Come. So landing in, feel the floor, and just stretch your legs out long, and we'll compare the left and right of us and the up and the down. So just settle yourself on the floor, move a little bit. I love just connecting into the aliveness of me. Just engage, land, and then notice, is one hip bigger or smaller than the other? Is one hip more up towards the ceiling or up towards your hip? Is one shoulder more forward and back, bigger or smaller? Is one side of your whole body bigger or smaller than the other side? Nice. So bend your knees, bring your feet flat to the floor, and then arch your lower back and flatten your lower back down. So as you move, just get a sense of rolling along the lower back. So arching and flattening down. Arching and flattening down. And just feel the roll of you, the feeling of the contact to the floor, the massaging of your spine. Nice. Keeping your knees centered, rock your pelvis from left to right. As you rock your pelvis, just get a sense of, I love them, there's achy places that really get met by movement and that change in my practice. So notice where the achiness is of you, and then what's changing, how that's altering as you move. And then roll your pelvis like there's a clock on the back of your pelvis. Let it be really satisfying for your lower back. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. Drop your knees down towards the right. And breathe into that. Soften into it. And back to center. And drop your knees down towards the left. And breathe into that. Soften into it. Nice. And then just travel steadily from side to side. And as you travel, I always feel like there's different ways that we can lengthen our body. One is holding a position and allowing ourselves to change while holding that position, or moving in and out of a position or a gesture. And that, for me, often I can go a lot deeper if I'm traveling in and out of something. I just feel that. How does your pelvis move? How do your thighs move? How does it feel in this moment, resting here on the floor, rocking your knees from side to side? Nice. So draw your right knee up towards you and hold on to your right knee with your right hand. And then bring your left fingers to the side of your head, okay? And then draw your left elbow up and draw your knee to your elbow and your elbow to your knee. And then touch the floor. There's a duck poo beside me. I'm just going to move away from it. Let your left arm rest on the floor. Let your right foot rest on the floor. And then come back up again. Touch your elbow to your knee to your elbow. and then land. And when you land, let it pause. And then touch, land, touch, land, touch, land. You can lengthen that right leg long so that you lengthen the leg long, let it land on the floor, and then bend, touch, leg long. And what I'm noticing is that there's something in the front of the right belly that engages, that's helping the warp of my spine. One last time. Touch and long. Nice. Change sides. So hold on to your left knee. Bring your right arm long beside you with your elbow bent. Fingers are touching the side of your head. And then bring your elbow to your knee, your knee to your elbow. And then foot to the floor, elbow to the floor. Touch. Foot to the floor, elbow to the floor. So what's happening in your spine? What's happening in your torso? So next time you come up to touch, you're going to straighten your leg out if that feels comfortable and land. Touch. Land. Touch. Land. Last time. Touch. And land. Nice. Both feet to the floor. Just pause. Nice. So to roll your palms so your palms are face down and push your palms into the floor, and then roll your palms so your palms are facing the ceiling and push the back of your hands into the floor. So just a very small movement. Palms down, push. Palms up, push. Palms down, push. Where is the engagement different? So when your back of your hands are on the floor and you push, where do the muscles engage? When your palm is face down and you push, where do the muscles engage? Different patterns, different directions. Palms down, push. Back of your hands, push. Palms down, push. Back of your hands, push. So do the same thing with your arms wide. So palms down, push, back of your hands, push. And as I do this, I'm really connecting to the fact that one of my arms spirals and can create pressure in the periphery, and the other hand spirals but can't really push in the periphery of me. So my hand doesn't have all that much strength on the left-hand side. But as I do this, it's actually learning as I go. So palms down, push, palm up, push, palm down, push, palm up, push. So now with the right arm, turn your palm down and then keep turning like you're trying to roll your thumb under and bring the back of your hand again to the floor. So I'm turning my hand back to front and I feel my shoulder rolling forward and I feel something in my collarbone as I do this. And then land on the floor. And then turn your left palm face down and then try and go back to front and feel your shoulder rolling forward and something happening in the collarbone. So travel from side to side. Right hand back to front. And then left palm face down and back to front. How do you do that? Right palm. And I'm going to, with the hand that's not going back to front, I'm going to turn it more towards the ceiling. So my left palm is more towards the ceiling and my right hand is back to front. And now I'm beginning to feel like the two arms are spiraling and my head is beginning to turn a little bit towards the palm that's turned upwards. It's naturally happening. Exaggerate the movement. Let your ribs come into it. So suddenly I'm doing a coordination on the floor as well, because as I roll my hand down and then roll my palm back to front, I can feel my head is turning from side to side and I have this feeling of my rib cage really responding to that movement. Nice. Pause, rest. Pause. Nice. We're going to do that in seated position. So come all the way up into a seated position. Your legs are long in front of you. Bring your arms out to the side. Turn your palms face up. Both hands go up towards the ceiling. And then turn your palms back to front and down. So both hands face up and my spine is arching. Both hands face down and back to front. I'm rounding. So we can do a lot more movement because we're sitting upwards here. We weren't moving as much as this when we were lying on the floor. Both palms face up. And then both hands face down. So now we're going to do the opposites. Turn the left palm upwards. Turn the right palm down and back to front. And then swap. Right hand upwards, left palm down and back to front. And notice how your head travels and your rib cage. So the palm that's face upwards, my head is moving in that direction. And there's a squish happening on that side. So just feel that. The palm that's back to front, my ribs are actually stretching. So it is kind of like the end of seaweed dancing. Oh, country dancing. Country dancing? Yes, it's the end of country dancing, this. So country dancing, haha, I knew it would come back. Bend both elbows and turn your thumbs wide, and then drop your right baby finger down and draw your thumb over your left shoulder. And then opposite in the opposite direction. But straighten your arms out at the end of your country dancing, and we're in the spiral. Country dancing starts to spiral. Spiralized country dancing. Nice, just feel that. Oh, so lovely. Yeah, that feeling of the ribs reminded me. I went, oh, I know this feeling, and I know this feeling in country dancing. Nice. Pause, just roll your shoulders. I'm just going to clean up after the duck. George. George. So great, just roll your shoulders. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. Sitting up tall, drop your ear down towards the right. Come back to center, drop your ear down towards the left. Come back to center. Right, center, left. Center. Pull your chin forward and draw your chin back. Chin forward and then chin back. Nice. Bring both hands to the floor beside you. Sweep your right arm across and into elephant. And then down. Sweep your left hand across and into elephant. And then down. And so let's really enjoy. Even lean into the hand that's on the floor. Look up towards the ceiling if you wish. So you can go under. And so for me, when I go under the elephant, there's this really deep sense of suddenly meeting another layer of my belly, my transverse abdominis, even a little bit of the rectus abdominis, my obliques, the intercostals of my ribs, the serratus in the armpit, the pectorals, all these words, they're just places in the side of our body as we swing. Nice, come back to center, pause. Super, so come lie on your back again, okay? Oh, hi George. Come lie on your back again and draw the left leg long, draw the right knee up towards you, okay? And then pull the right knee over towards the left. And then come back to center. Right knee over towards the left. And I'm letting my body find the moment where I'm going to try and bring my knee closer and closer towards the floor. And I'm counterbalancing that with my right shoulder. So I feel the sense of being like a tea towel that's been wrung out. My right shoulder is floating a little bit. And I'm extending really long and strong into the right arm to counterbalance the movement. Come back. Spiraling, bring your right knee down, reach into the right arm. Come back. how deeply can you bring your knee to the floor? But the knee to the floor is not the goal. It's finding the sweet spot of connectivity in your body. Spiral, reach, come back. Spiral, reach. And then pause in a place, so not at the very end of your range. Because the end of your range, you can't stay there. So come back a tiny bit from the end of your range and then breathe deeply. Nice. And then bend your right elbow and then roll over. Bring your right knee to the floor and roll over onto your belly, keeping your right knee out to the side. So my right knee is out to the side. And then push your hands into the floor and just rise up and lower down. So we're trying to just open a little bit more into the chest, into the belly, and lowering down. So just feel up. If you're not using your hands, just bring your elbows to the floor, rising up. Up. Nice. So elbows on the floor, and then take your right hand and tuck it under your left armpit. And it's not going to go very easily, just to say. And then reach your shoulder down in the direction of the floor a little bit more. Here I feel like I'm meeting the cling film or the bag of the back of my spine, of the back of my ribs. Nice, try the other direction. Both elbows on the floor. Tuck your left arm under your right shoulder, right armpit. That feels a lot easier. Nice, one more time to the other side. So right hand under the left armpit and pause. Deeply spiraling the spine. So my left hip is on the floor, my right shoulder is trying to get to the floor, and as a result there's a sense of a lifted right hip and a lifted left shoulder. So I'm spiralized, warped, warp. Nice, come all the way back, land on the floor. Woo! Oh my God. George, dodgy. Okay, so stretch the right leg long, bend the left knee. Brace into your elbows and draw the left knee over towards the right. And begin to lengthen into that left arm and let it float. So you're counterbalancing. And then come back. Reach, counterbalance. Come back. Reach, counterbalance. And you're trying to imagine that your knee could come to the floor. Yeah, as soon as I imagine the knee coming to the floor, I find a whole new direction in the spiral. I know, George, but lying underneath me is not a good idea. Where are you feeling this? Dude. Nice, one more time and pause. So don't be at the end of your range. Find a place that you're just off the end of your range and really deeply connect into the counterbalance of you, of the warp of you. There's power in the gesture. So your knee is seeking the floor and your left arm is reaching and deepening. And I feel like, kind of like, almost like there's this sense of really powerful wing on the right side, left side. Connect your right elbow, your right shoulder. The whole right side of your body is really strong and steady on the floor, and the left side is flying. Nice, come back to center. And then roll over onto your left belly as such, and your left knee is out to the side. Both hands to the floor or your elbows, rise up. And down. Up. Down, up, and down. both elbows to the floor. Take your left hand, bring it under your right armpit, and try and bring your left shoulder to the floor. Nice, come back. Try the other side. Right armpit. No, right arm under the left armpit. Yeah, it's okay. I like the other one. So come back. Left arm under and just feel that. And where do you feel it? How do you feel it? I'm quite distracted. I'm being nibbled on. I know. Just come land on your back. All the way down, all the way back. Land on your back. Pause. Settle. Arrive. Nice. Last movement. Take your right foot and spiral your leg in and bring it to the top of the left leg, and then draw your left knee up towards you. Change. Bring your left foot to the top of the right knee and draw it up towards you. So how do you make your legs feel lighter? How would you be graceful as you do this? For me, if I can include my toes in the connection, suddenly I have a lighter feeling to my legs. If I stay floating in the air, for me, that has a lighter feeling to my legs. Nice. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling, roll into your ankles. And then roll in the other direction. Bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart. Reach down, hold on to your feet. And then just notice, how do your two shoulders feel? Do they feel the same size or different sizes? How do your two hips feel? Do they feel the same size or different sizes? I'm quite amazed at how consistently different one side is from the other when I bring my awareness to it. So just pause here, rest here, land here, deepen and settle here. I love rocking from side to side. Nice. So if you want to stretch your legs out long, pause and rest there. Or just rock your knees from side to side, or just find a way. How do you connect in and rest in your body, or arrive and arise? And nice to be here. Oh, that was really nice. That weird one where we were in under the armpit. I feel it deeply in the back of my ribs in a really nice way. So I'll see you all tomorrow, day 7. Wow, halfway through. Spiral. Nice, lovely. Okay, be well. Ciao, ciao.